Hello everyone and welcome to another great one, and this one, Nimzowitsch. As I mentioned before, I thought we cannot skip all the world championships, go through them and not mention few here and there. So we mentioned Marshall, and now I think a bigger player in chess history, Aron Nimzowitsch, born in Russia in 1886. Actually, I see he's born same day my father born, 7th of November, and actually played for Denmark in the later part of his career after escaping Russia. When he came to Denmark, he said his name was Arnold. Being Jewish at that time in Europe, let's say the 1910 to 20s, wasn't, I guess, very popular. He started playing chess kind of similar in the sense of Capablanca. He started playing chess from home, and then he went to study Berlin, philosophy, but just like Capablanca, started playing chess, and soon university was kind of pointless. He won a big tournament in Munich in 1906, and pretty much for a quarter of a century, maybe even a bit more, until the mid-30s, early 30s, he was one of the top players in the world. His peak was, I would say, somewhere from 25 till 30, around that, where he was take or give a year or two, where he was the number 3 player in the world behind Alekhine and Capablanca. Not really bad, in chess history. As you remember, he was a contender to play Capablanca, but couldn't really get the fund. Although one has to say, he played only 2 games, if my database is correct, against Lasker, which he won one of them, but that was, Lasker very close to the end of his career. He had a horrible score against Capablanca, no wins and a few losses, 5, 6 if I remember, out of 10, 15 games. He also had a minus score against Alekhine, but not as horrible. About his chess legacy, that's really a huge one. He left what was considered, maybe still considered for many, many years, maybe the most important chess book, Mind System. Then he had a continuation for this book, Die Praxis, Mind System, the practice of my system. This book actually is known as Chess Praxis, and he had one other book, Die Blockade. Basically, the other books were some adding some changes to the original one, but really the original one is amazing book with the most basic principles that we know, maybe from Steinitz. In my view, resembles a lot of Steinitz. Blockading, center, pair of bishops, attacking the pawn chain, all those very, very basic principles. A good bishop versus a knight in an open position. All those things are being thought. And, now it seems so obvious. Well, yeah, because for 100 plus years, we have, though 150 years, we have players like Steinitz and so on, and Nimzowitsch that wrote it. It turns out that he was actually a very funny / crazy funny dude. I just have to tell little bit stories, and we will see quite few examples, not too deep. Probably he deserves 2 videos, but he's only going to get one. I mean, one of them, and I apologize in advance for the German-speaking audience for what I'm going to butcher the language, but I just feel like to say it in Germany. He played a tournament, and he was about to win the tournament, but it turned out that he's losing in the last round. The tournament was in Berlin, that he was losing to Samish. And when it became really clear that he's going to lose the game, that's what it said. He stood up on the table and shouted, "Gegen diesen Idioten muss ich verlieren," which means that I should lose to this idiot. I don't know. Can someone imagine today? I don't know. Like Anand is playing